Welcome back to Champion the Passion, a weekly wrestling podcast where we inspire you to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. I'm your host. My name is Victoria Daisy, and today we're going to be recapping everything that happened last night on Friday Night Smackdown. But before we dive deeper, don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. But let's dive right in because this was the go home show for Money in the Bank, which is today. I seriously can't believe. We also have Worlds Collide, and I am just so excited. But let's head in to the opening segment with Seth Rollins and his faction with Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, I almost said Braun Strowman, and Braun Breaker. So he said he got on the mic and he was ready to cut a freaking promo. He said that no matter the brand, they will come to dominate. He then said that they are on SmackDown to deliver a message to anybody who stands in their way because they will be finished. Then Seth said that he holds all the power and there is nobody who can stop him. And then Solo Sikoa came out. If you guys saw my episode with the Ring Fanatics yesterday, where we talked about our Money in the Bank predictions, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll leave the link in the description box. Oh my gosh, I have my heart so set on Solo winning. If this man doesn't win, I think I'm going to cry, but Solo will win this. Solo is going to be Mr. Money in the Bank by the end of the night. I'm telling you. So Solo came out with Jacob Fatu, our United States champion, and JC Mateo. Solo came out, and honestly, he is so freaking funny with his faces that he makes and just the things that he says. He is so funny. So he said that he will be the person to stop Seth. And then he calls out Seth for creating the Bloodline 2.0. And he was like, oh, look, is this Jey Uso? Oh, look, is this the Honorary Uso? Oh, Paul Heyman. Funny seeing you here. And I was like, okay, Solo, clock that T. Stand on business. And after that, Seth told Solo to choose his next words wisely. They kept poking the bear back and forth before Jacob and Braun Breaker had an intense stare down. And I think I can speak for everybody confidently that we all collectively had goosebumps, okay? I mean, I was a little gagged. And then to put the cherry on top, Jimmy Uso attacks the Bloodline 2.0. I don't freaking know what's going on here, but I quite literally love it. I mean, Seth and Solo is a gag, but a bigger gag is Jacob and Braun. And that is something I 100% want to see within the next, I don't know, 2 months. I need this. Maybe it's a SummerSlam match. I don't freaking know, but they need to make it happen because when Jacob and Braun were face to face, my entire body covered in chills, covered in goosebumps. And I think we can collectively all agree that's the experience that we experienced. I mean, I just need it to happen. Then in the result from Jimmy attacking JC Mateo, they ended up having a match after, which was honestly a really fun match. I always love seeing family fighting family, and I thought that they worked really well together. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is their first ever match together, fighting each other, so that was really cool. But in the end, JC Mateo won. I was a little shook, but why should I be shook? You know, we know the circumstances. It's not rocket science. After that, we had a no DQ match between Zelina Vega and Piper Niven. Now, I expected a lot more out of this match, to be honest, with it being a no disqualification. You expect a lot more weapons to be used. You expect it to be this very intense match, and then it just wasn't. So I was a little disappointed with that. It wasn't my favorite match of the night by far, but it was definitely something. It was definitely something. But after Zelina Vega won and after the match, Giulia came out. One of the participants in the 2025 Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Giulia came out to make a statement by attacking Zelina to show that she's coming for her title. So I believe that's a little foreshadowing of her not actually winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, but whatever, it's totally fine. At least we have that set up for after today. Then after that match, I always love how they put Zelina and Aleister back to back on the card. I think it's hysterical. They've been doing this for a couple weeks now and it's great. We had LA Knight versus Aleister Black, and what was really cool is that last night they were in California, which is LA Knight's home state. So the fact that he got to be home was really awesome. And then obviously tonight he will be in his hometown of Los Angeles Los Angeles night, lol. Anyways, so they had such a good match, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. I thought that they had some really good spots, some really good sequences, but the fun didn't last for long because Seth Rollins interfered. This man took over the entire freaking show. I don't, besides the women's matches, I don't think there was one match he wasn't a part of in some way, shape, or form. I mean, this man was making his presence freaking known. So he tried out, I think what he was trying to do is taking out every opponent that he was going to face in Money in the Bank later on today out as possible. He was taking out everybody in his sight, especially those, like I said, that are going to be in the match later today. And then Braun Breaker jumped into the mix per usual and attacked Aleister Black, and they all kind of just dominated. And it was just, poor Aleister got ganged up on. It was so bad. But then after that, we had a Tiffany Stratton segment. So she said that last year, not only did she become the youngest Miss Money in the Bank winner in history, but she also became the It Girl, which I can't argue with. Then she said, whoever wins Money in the Bank, their world is about to revolve around her. Then she said, no one can outdo the doer. And then say her name and she appears. No, not Joe Hendry. Rhea Ripley. Rhea Bloody Ripley, Miss Queen, came out, and Rhea said that this is her first time ever being in a Money in the Bank ladder match. And well, that's because she's never had to. All she knows in WWE is being a champion, being on top, being the freaking mommy queen she is. And that's all. She doesn't have to explain herself further. But then Stephanie Vaquer came out, another participant in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And, you know, she came out, and then I thought, okay, Queen is about to get on the mic. We're about to have like a little promo battle. And then that was the complete opposite of what happened. Stephanie came out, I heard that bell ring, and I was like, oh, okay, we're jumping right into this match. So I kind of felt like it was a bit of a strange transition because Tiffany, it felt like she wasn't fully done speaking. It felt like Rhea wasn't fully done speaking. So I thought we were going to kind of flow, have everyone out there before the match started, but that's kind of not what happened. So I was a little intrigued to see that that was the way they went about it, but it's okay. The next match of the night was a 6-woman tag team match. We had Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, Alexa Bliss versus Naomi, Roxanne Perez, and Giulia. Now, this was a fantastic match. Like, this is honestly PLE caliber match, and obviously we're gonna get that later tonight, except they're all gonna be against each other, which is great. Now, I loved getting to see all the participants, like I said, in the Money in the Bank ladder match in one match that they all weren't fighting each other, because tonight we're gonna see them all go, it's every woman for themselves. But it was nice to see them have some sort of camaraderie, right? And to be honest, if you follow me on social media, you would have seen that at first I was pissed about them doing this match because I just felt like it was almost a little bit of a cop-out trying to deter our minds from what's going on in the world of professional wrestling, and specifically WWE, with all the TKO drama, the R-Truth drama, the releases, just everything. I feel like they really jam-packed Raw and SmackDown this week so that we could try and forget about what's going on, but not in a fun, caring way, in a we want you to still love our company and we're going to brainwash you low-key type of thing. So that's kind of what I was getting at with all this. But to be honest, seeing all the top stars collide, I mean, you can't beat it. All these teams coming together, and then even getting a taste of like potential matchups for the future. I know Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea Ripley is one we all really want to see at some point. I think that could be really fun. But the best part of the entire match was when Naomi bailed on Roxanne Perez. Roxanne needed her, and Naomi did God's work for a minute and literally bailed on her. And then everyone ganged up on her. You guys know I don't like Roxanne. And that was just the best moment of my entire life. I do want to touch on this really quickly because I know the timing is a bit sensitive. I am completely aware of what's going on with Roxanne Perez. I know she's been harassed, stalked, and I, on a very real level, feel so bad for her. Nobody deserves to ever go through that. And so, you know, I know WWE is on top of it. They've gotten that horrific account taken off Twitter or X, and they are in control of the situation, which is amazing. And I just hope she is safe. You guys know I don't like her. I don't like the character Roxanne Perez. I don't like what I see in the ring. Her in real life, I don't know her. So I can never judge on somebody in real life outside of kayfabe. But in kayfabe, of course, you guys know I don't like her. But that's not the point. I'm talking outside kayfabe. no one deserves to ever go through that. And so I'm just sending her my best wishes, all her safety. But I just want to put that disclaimer out there because I don't want to ever sound insensitive, especially knowing the situation she's experiencing in real life. But in kayfabe, it was really nice to see her getting ganged up on. But in the end, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquero, and Alexa Bliss took the W, which I was very excited about. And I'm so excited to see how their match goes later on tonight. Then our kind of main event, but not really because we still had a segment after this. Whatever. Our last match of the night was Penta and Andrade versus American Made. Now, this was a good match, but nothing super interesting until after the match. I mean, one thing I did appreciate was this was like the classic battle between like power and speed, which we all know I love. And so that dynamic was really fun. But in the end, Penta and Andrade won, and here's where the juicy part comes out. Can you guess what's gonna happen? Oh my god, shocker, Seth Rollins and his gang again. These freaking people always come out. Oh my gosh. I didn't expect to see them so much last night. It was just insane. So, I mean, nothing really happened besides they continue to obliterate just everyone in their path and continuing to make a statement. You know, they're not only dominating Raw, they're dominating SmackDown too. So everyone better watch out. Low key, you know what just came to my mind? Low key dream match would be Seth and his faction versus Dark State. Like, want to go dominate NXT too so we can have that, please? Because thank you. That would be insane. I think I would cry. But let's head into our final segment of the night. And usually I say it's so-and-so segment, but this was really just everyone and their mother. So Paul Heyman was out there kind of segueing right after that last bit we had of that match. So Paul Heyman was out there with the boys yapping about how Seth is going to be Mr. Money in the Bank once again. And he's going to change the industry. And he's just going to stop. Literally stop. He's just not. I love Seth. I want him to win gold again, but it's just not going to be through this. You know, he has his storyline going on right now with the boys, with Punk, Sammy, Jay, and now Solo, Jacob, and JC. So Miss Boy does not have time to be champion right now. I just said Miss Boy, Mr. Boy. You don't have time to be champion right now. And you're not going to. That's why it's going to be Solo. And that's why it's going to be just so much better for your storyline. Just trust. But apparently Paul Heyman doesn't see that right now. It's okay. We'll find out later tonight. It's going to be Gucci. So then, oh my God. I almost said our undisputed champion. I'm so used to saying that it almost just came out. But Cody Rhodes, rest in peace. I literally wish he was still our champion. He will be. He will be. He will be. Cody Rhodes and our World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso came out. And something that I thought that was interesting is that Cody came out and then it looked like he was going to talk and then he didn't get to because then Jey came out. And, you know, Jey was coming down the aisles in the stands doing the yeets with the kids and all that fun stuff. And it was great. By the time he got to the ring, they went to commercial break. No big deal. When they came back, Seth and his gang disappeared. They were there 5 seconds ago. Where'd you go? So that was a little bit interesting. And I wish that there was some sort of explanation. I mean, they kind of just dipped and then we didn't really see them at all for the rest of the night. It was really weird. I don't know. Some of their transitions tonight or last night have been really weird. So I don't know what they were trying to aim at that with, but whatever. Cody got on the mic to call out John Cena for calling him bold, for being desperate, when the real desperate one is John Cena. And then obviously say his name, he appears, our undisputed champion, John Cena, and then Logan Paul. They both came out one after the other, and they attacked Cody and Jey. And then John got on the mic to say that nobody will save them, being a ruthless heel as he so is. Then John said, quote, "Your dream of WWE will be ruined." Wow, what a timely message. Could it be more true, John? It's almost as if you're ruining yourself. I'm sure he's helping The Rock and TKO ruin everything. Wouldn't be shocked. And then John said that he will retire as the last real champion, and Logan then will win the World Heavyweight Championship and take it to the top. Then, oh my God, guys, the crowd started loudly chanting, "We want truth." And I was like, oh shoot, it's about to go down. And then Cena did GOAT things right here, like outside of kayfabe. Like, actually, this just shows that he's truly a veteran. He's been in this game for as long as he has. He does deserve to be 17-time world champion. And he's he just is him. He is him. He's the GOAT. Because he did some master class work right here with his improvisation. Is that even a word? With his improv, whatever. The crowd started chanting, "We want truth." Obviously, that's not the road they were about to go down, but Cena just cut an entire promo on him. And, he was saying how, we are the truth and your perception of truth is not the truth. I don't know. He was just going on a whole tangent, but it was really good. And I loved that because it just shows his versatility. Like, he doesn't always have to be like, quote unquote, on script. I hate to say on script because it's not fully scripted, but you know what I mean? Like, he can divert if plans change, and I love that. Again, that just proves that he is one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT. Like, it's very rare for people, especially, well, not especially veterans, but just people in general, to make up things on the spot when things don't go planned, and this is one of those exact moments. So I freaking love that for him. Huge props for him. But let's head into my overall thoughts. It was a very solid go home show. My match of the night, hands down, was the 6-woman tag match. I mean, come on. I loved getting to see all the women go at it. It was so much fun. And my segment of the night, hands down, was the opening segment. I mean, I love seeing the dynamic between Solo and Seth and just all their guys. It was so funny, so entertaining, and I can't wait to dive deeper into that storyline. Overall, I'd rate the show about a 7 out of 10, so a little bit of a drop from last week, but that's okay. Don't forget to stream Worlds Collide today at 3 p.m. Eastern. What is that, 12 p.m. Pacific, I believe, if my conversion is right. And then stream Money in the Bank tonight exclusively, both on Peacock, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I believe there's a pre-show for Money in the Bank. I do not know when that starts, so apologies. It's probably at 5 p.m. is my guess, but who knows? But thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of Champion the Passion. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms, and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. Don't forget to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!